Hey y'all, welcome to Tank Talks. I am your host, Hortensia, aka Miss Tank, and we're about to get into everything that you can think about. This show, we're going to talk about everything from life to business to relationships to who's cheating, who's not, what's going on, how it relates to you, and what's going on in your life and your family's life. So this weekend, I went to an impromptu Christmas party. It wasn't ugly sweater, but it was more like a kind of like a Cajun cookout. So some of my friends, we get together. Me and my friends have a habit of getting together. I don't know about you guys, but we get together at the last minute. We can throw a party and get some shit together. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what the case is. So I did that. And we want to say congratulations to Duncanville on their win. My little cousin, Josiah, plays for Duncanville, number 51. I don't know where you guys are from or where you were raised, but in Dallas and Texas, football is big to us, and it's football everything in my family. And we went out in droves. There's over probably 30 people from my family alone. They're supporting them, and we want to say congratulations to Sock, DeSoto, and Duncanville because the Triple D is up in the house and we dominated that state football game, and everything was super, super exciting. So going on with me this week, like, I don't know, I'm all over the place. The holidays are coming up. We got to get ready for the holidays. I have to admit, I'm not prepared. One of the things I say most is that I don't want to stress about shit. I got 5 grandkids and all that stuff came from Amazon. So I don't know how you guys did your shopping, but my shopping came straight from Amazon. I don't want to be caught in no stores, no lines. It's hectic out there. People are off work. Kids are out of school. Who wants to be around all that? So I was up in there online getting all of my stuff done. So that's what's going on with me. Go to break. Can I give a signal instead of? Welcome back to Tank Talks. I'm your girl, Hortensia, the hostess with the mostest. With me is my first guest, Mr. Don
How you doing,
Willis.
baby girl? How you
Welcome.
doing?
I am amazing. Nice to have you
I'm
here.
glad to be here. I couldn't wait. You've been talking about it. Your friends been talking about it. Now it's live.
Really, he's here all the time. Mr. Willis is the owner of Power Play TV, the originator of Power Play TV. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long
This
have you been in this
it'll be
business?
10 years next year, 23. Started with a banner going around the country just doing pop-ups. And
20 years.
10 years. I'm sorry,
10
10
years.
years.
10 years. That's a long time.
And doing pop-ups around throughout North Texas area, and did Essence, did Capital Jazz Fest, and just started buying equipment and buying stuff and doing homework.
So, how did you get into this business? Because this is a very, to me, I think you hear me say this all the time, it's very technical. So, what drew you into to starting the station?
Oh, great question. I came from a local station here in Dallas called KKDA K104. I
Mm.
worked there for 12 years. And I knew some of the technical stuff, but as the podcasting started growing, I came from another station called Fishbowl Radio Network.
Okay.
I was a
Yeah,
marketing director
heard
over
of that.
there. And so I had all these ideas, but sometimes it's like and I don't want to be explicit, but sometimes everybody breastfeed they baby different.
Yes.
So
Yes, definitely.
she these ideas have been registered with her. So
Yes.
I went home one day and I was like frustrated, and I told my wife about all that the things that she kept knocking them down. And we men, I'm gonna say it again, we
Exactly.
men,
We men.
yeah, we hear it, but we don't listen.
Right.
And that day I listened. She said, "Start your own,"
Right.
and something just hit me. Started doing research, started writing a business plan, and went from there. Just
So tell me how was that? Because I'm an entrepreneur
Mm-hmm.
full time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been that way for about 3 years.
Mhm.
Started businesses back in 2007.
Mhm.
So how was that like starting out? Were you what did it really feel like? Because we always say, starting a business is hard, using your resources. How was that for you? Were you able to like use a lot of your resources when you
I use
started?
all my resources, but the key to the resources that I tell folks who come in, they see all the glitter, all the glitter and
Mhm.
glamour. Keep your day job.
Mhm.
I had a day job. I was media
Right.
assistant in Dallas Independent School District.
Gotcha.
So I worked from 7 to 5. Then I come to the podcasting from 5:30 to 11 at night. Then on
Okay.
weekend, I open on Saturday and Sundays.
Okay.
So you got to keep your lights on at your house. You got to pay your rent,
Exactly.
pay your
Tell me
bill.
about it, because
'Cause
it's like my 5th job. I'm
right,
Jamaican.
exactly. Because folks ain't gonna come just not gonna do it and give you business.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
have to
no,
make it
I
happen.
make it happen. So that's the thing that kept me going. And then as I retired in 2018, I had substantial income to keep my lights on and to
Okay.
make a profit.
And to make a profit.
Yeah,
And so you've been doing it ever since.
ever since full time.
What's the most intriguing thing about the business? What drives you the most? Like what's your why for this station, for your whole baby? Like what's your drive?
The drive is I can't wait to come here and I don't want to leave.
That's awesome. Like, dang, I want to feel like I don't know if I feel like that about my
Because
spa right now,
yeah,
but
because the ideas that you had is passion.
gotcha.
Passion turn to profit.
Gotcha.
If you don't have passion, how you get profit? Excuse me. And also, your purpose sometimes.
Yes.
And so
I love that.
that's my drive.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So, how many guests through the years would you say since you've
Ooh.
had Power Play? Now you got to know this because you had to know that I was probably going. This is a trivia question.
That's a good one.
Sort. So, how many guests have you had? Not the exact amount. Well, how many would you say you've had?
This is our third location
Okay.
within 10 years coming up.
Okay.
I said up to about 400 something guests.
Guests.
Yes. In studio guests.
In studio guests.
Now outside guests probably about maybe 60 or 50.
Okay.
Because
where you've had to travel or go somewhere.
No, we bring them up on the software we use.
Oh, okay.
We use TV software.
Okay.
We don't use Zoom.
So more like satellite.
Well, no, if you ever watch CNN,
okay,
or ESPN,
okay,
and you see them put them up in the square, and they'd be like 4 people.
Yes.
Well,
so it's like that.
It's different. Yeah. Zoom, you have to zoom in, do that. So we went purchase that software in 2017. See, our whole model is behind the Breakfast Club.
Oh, okay. I like it.
And the Breakfast Club, it was a radio show with TV emphasis.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
So we went from there, and so we said, okay, now how can we take to the next level? Because it used to be that if they listen to your show, they don't know what you look like.
Right.
They just hear you. Well, who is that lady? She sounds nice, but they don't look like her.
Right.
So we went to the next level, and so we started doing video podcasts when everybody's still doing audio in 2016.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you guys were trendsetters.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In a way. And I like that. You have to be that in order to to make a statement and stand out. So of your guests that you've had, do you have a favorite guest?
The favorite I had in the studio, I said
that wasn't like a famous person.
A famous? Oh, I had a lot of those.
But I'm saying, do you have a favorite guest that
wasn't? That wasn't?
Yes.
Wow, that's a great question. I guess it was this lady. She had breast cancer.
Okay.
And when she had breast cancer, she beat it twice.
Oh my God.
Beautiful lady. And then she got it again.
Oh wow.
And she passed. But after the show, we do a thing called After Dark, where we're talking about what you didn't talk on air, you talked about explicitly.
Gotcha.
And as a man, she said, "Come here." And she got my hand. And she put my hand on her breast. She said, "You see how hard my breast is?
Uh-huh.
This is from the radiation and all the things that
Right.
I go through and
Right.
things I go to." But she was just so transparent.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a sad
And it
thing.
was her spirit and
It was an
energy that drew you to
educational
her.
moment.
Right. Right.
So that was my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
one of
That's
my
awesome.
favorite.
So do you guys do any with the station? Do you go out in the community? Do you charity work? Do you do anything like that?
It's so ironic to hear you say that. We got an event coming up in February where we'll be doing like a live broadcast, and we call podcast, over at the hamburger place. Uh,
Which one?
they
Like,
have the truck, in out.
oh, In and Out.
Yeah, we'll be
Okay.
doing a broadcast over there where all the podcasters will come. They interview people from coming there. We'll give away T-shirts and we give
Oh,
away
that's
trinkets. Yeah,
cool.
so
That's
you'll be
cool.
a
My
part of that as
son,
well.
yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
My son loves In and Out. I am not a huge
no,
fan at all.
no,
I don't know what the craze is, but hey,
uh,
we ain't gonna knock nobody's
no. Ain't
hustle
gonna knock
around
your
here.
hustle.
If
Yeah,
you like it,
it works.
if you like it, I love
I
it
love
because
it.
I
Yeah.
like some shit people don't like. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what we do with that is we get our podcast the chance to get out in the street
Right.
to meet people.
Right.
They bring their brand, their T-shirts, the thing with their cards, what they're about to tune in.
Yeah, from
It's
each show.
each show. Yeah, it's
Okay,
about
so it's
them.
kind of like a trade show, kind
Right.
of local
We want
trade
you to
show where
come.
you go out. Oh, I'm coming.
And then we do a big event, which is our pilgrimage, is that we do the Essence Music Festival every year.
Yes, which I can't wait for that too.
Yeah, we close this down for 4 days. We
Yeah.
close the house.
Right.
And we go there, we do Radio Row and we
Uh-huh.
do outside.
Okay.
So Radio Row is the people who own performing
Right, and they come
or
through.
the sponsors, the
Okay.
Walmart, JC
Okay.
Penney's. We
Okay.
interview those people.
Yeah.
Then after that, we go down to the Superdome, and when they come backstage, we do the interviews there,
Okay.
which is Q&A. And on the outside, you work shift. We have like Big Tent. We give away. We have spin the bottle. All kind of
You
stuff we
guys
give
are
away.
like you guys are a big deal. Like I had no idea.
Yeah,
Like
and a lot
the
of people don't.
operational part,
Yeah,
how it works. Like I've been so enlightened about because me thinking of podcasts, which I've only thought about it like once before coming to you guys being a part of this family. My friend was like, oh, I'll help you. Yeah, we're just gonna sit and film,
no,
on a phone or with a ring light or
no,
something. You know what I'm saying? But it's a big deal, like to have the production. And I've seen where podcasts are filmed in people's houses or their bathrooms or their living rooms or in different types of studios. But this whole operation is run as, like it's really a well-oiled machine.
Well, it's
to me.
well oiled because we are TGN Power Play Media Group.
Yeah,
We're a
it's
media
big
company.
deal. It's a
We
big
want
deal.
you. Your goal is to come here to lead,
Yes,
and when you lead, you'll be better than what you was when you started.
I love it. I love it, and I'm
Yeah.
all about that. I'm so
But-
all about
but
that.
we do have people been here 5 years. You was on the podcast with Nikki. She been with us going on 3 years.
Yeah, that's a long
Because
time.
we have the platform, and when you say you see people doing their living room and their
Mhm.
homes, well, we are bonded,
Mhm.
so Pat LaBelle can come here.
Right.
It's hard for her to come to your
Right.
home.
Speaking of Patti LaBelle, like famous people, like who's the most, like not the most famous, your favorite person
They
that's
came
well
here?
known, that's a star that's been here.
Kim Whitley, not Kim Whitley. Yeah, Kim Whitley.
So
On-
that was because she's funny.
She's funny, but she was so honest. Her publicist, because you go through the publicists and the
Mhm.
agents, and say, okay, she's coming. She got 16 minutes. She stayed an
Gotcha.
hour.
Oh my God. How awesome
she
is
loved
that?
what we did. We got a caterer for her.
Okay,
We
so
had
y'all had it nice.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
it
had
nice.
gifts.
Yeah,
And
that's
she
nice.
enjoyed the stay. The question, we said send them 17 questions. They knocked them down to 7.
Right.
But she went on and on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that what happened in the industry. So now we're building a relationship.
Yeah. And for me, everything I do is about a relationship, whether it's business, personal,
Right.
like that's super important to me. I learned that really early on. I was in corporate America for about 20 something years. So,
Right. Oh, yeah.
it's the business isn't new to me. It's just my business.
Right.
Handling my business is a little different, but relationships are very important. So it's
And
good
one-
to see that you guys value that.
Right. And one thing, sorry to cut you off, I did, but
No,
one
it's
thing
okay.
about podcasting, when you meet the people you interview, it's nothing like what the other media said
Mhm.
or what you read about. One of the most interesting person we had was Scarface. He
Oh,
came twice.
wow.
Very
How
smart.
cool.
Very intelligent.
Yes.
Very much so.
Definitely.
Yeah, so he came up. He flew in from Houston both Saturdays,
Yeah.
and he was a great guy. Great
So
guy.
where do you see Power Play going in the next 2 to 5 years? Where do you see you guys going?
Well, first, let me give a shout out to our other owner is Mr. Keith Goodnews in L.A. We merged with him
Hey,
back
Keith.
in July, so now we're TGN Power Play. Our goal is to have our own network, and with the network, we putting up stores in big cities: Oklahoma City, Shreveport, Birmingham, Memphis. That's our goal.
Do you guys have
El
anything in
Paso.
Houston?
No, because that's the A market. We try to hit the B market.
Gotcha.
It's plenty of places to go to. The traffic's bad. Folks try to get to
Gotcha.
that to
Yeah.
their podcast. So in B City, they use the arteries uses just right down the road, or they don't have a big circle of highway. So when we find the location, so that we can ready to do. We did talk to somebody in Vegas, had them been 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So we just trying to build stores up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of growth in the next
Oh,
few
definitely.
years, a lot of
Definitely.
partnerships, a lot of
Definitely.
relationships.
Definitely.
That's super important for business and survival, especially when you have to stay. I think when I think of podcast, I think of just like news stations, radio stations,
Mhm.
things like that. Like you have to stay in the know and you have to be up to par. You know, you have to be able to adapt to change easily. And I think that's probably why you guys have been so successful. I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to be a
Well,
part of the
you
family.
use the word in that sentence called change. I got an African proverb I was told. So you can't change.
Exactly.
And that just stayed with me. And
Yeah.
you have to want to change. But also to hear you say that is that one thing that we do here as well is that we need your input. Because we ain't the smartest person in the room.
Right.
We need your
Right.
ideas. That's how you grow. Your
Right.
water just as good as water we have.
Exactly.
Your water may have non-alkaline, make that plant grow. So we want your water. We want you to.
Definitely.
Yeah, we definitely.
It's super exciting. It's super exciting. So, so what do you like in this business? So do you date? You single?
No, I'm married.
You're
My wife is
married?
one of the owners.
You're married?
I'm
See, how
married.
come I didn't know that? So how does it work in relationships, like in your marriage? Because you keep a lot of long hours, and how active is she? Like you said,
Oh,
she's
that's a
one of
great
the
question.
owners. Like how active is she in the business? Like,
Well,
like
that's
in the business, like is she like behind the scenes kind of active, or does she like to be a part, really hands-on with the station? Because I can imagine me as a wife, which I'm going to be one day, you know, in a business.
well, that's a great question because we have another entity of the company called Power Play Social Media,
Okay.
where we do social media for podcasts and small businesses.
Oh,
Her and
wow.
her staff, they run that.
That's what they, is that what that
That
room
room
over
in there
there?
for it, yeah.
Okay,
So
I
they
remember
run
seeing
that.
that.
So, but we all have input. But this is the key. Our business is like our marriage. It's no quit. So when you have a business, and then we know what lanes to be in.
Yeah.
And she would tell you, this is my dream, not hers. But I got to
Gotcha.
help you with your dream.
Exactly. And that's what you
And that's the
ultimately
key.
want when you have a partner.
We have a partner.
You
And
know,
we are
when you have,
partners. Oh, yeah.
because definitely we're going to have what's going to happen for sure during the course of my podcast here on Tank Talks. We'll talk to people who are entrepreneurs, and we'll talk about, you know, dating and marriage and relationships, or being single, and how that works and how that plays into the topics that come before us, and how, you know, people handle that, how the support factor plays in, you know, in the success of a business. Because I think about you, like you're very like, when I see you, I think you're very straightforward, very knowledgeable, original guy, and you got to have somebody behind you with that support, being able to help you with that, and that's super important in the success of a company.
And so to hear you say that question, we was at an event, and a lady, she knew my wife or something, and she said, her name is Trudy. She said, Trudy, did you ever worry about Don talking to all these women? So my wife said, that's what he do.
Exactly.
Before I knew him, he'd been in the business. I know he coming home to me.
That's his calling, his
so
purpose.
So people try to add the extra when ain't no extra.
Let me tell you, you got to be very confident.
Ain't no extra
in who you have and who you are and what you guys have.
Yeah, ain't no extra. Yeah.
That
so
makes sense.
This is what I do. So no matter who come in the door and they come in, my job is to make you the best when you leave out of here.
Exactly.
And this is my passion. I done did the Super Bowl. I done did the Final Four. You name anything I done did to my industry, I done did it. So I got to take all my expertise and give it to the people coming in.
And make us great.
Right. It's a new generation. because the
and make
days
us
are
great.
gone when a
Yeah,
young lady with beautiful eyelashes, short haircut, you don't have to go to University of Texas. You don't have to be a Becky or Heather no more.
exactly.
They gonna watch your
Exactly.
podcast, and somebody gonna ask you, "Will you mind doing my entertainment segment for me down in Lake Charles, Louisiana?"
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it works.
That's how it works.
They come find you now.
Oh my God.
Trust
Oh
me.
my God. I'm ready. Y'all ready?
So that's how it works.
I want to go a little further than Lake Charles, but I'll go there first.
Oh yeah, you got to do the small market first. Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm super excited. I'm
yeah,
excited about the journey that we're starting.
right.
I'm excited to be amongst all the other programs and
Mm-hmm.
podcasts that you guys
Mm-hmm.
currently have.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind of paying attention and watching. Like I said, I never thought about it really long and hard. Since my first, since being a guest on the podcast, I just know there's so much more to learn. There's so much that we have to talk about. Like
Well,
people have shit to say.
yeah,
And
they
I
do.
think one thing that somebody said to me the other day, they were like, "You say shit that people think," and I was like, "Well, I kind of think that people in tastefully can do that for
Mm-hmm.
themselves. There's just not the energy or courage or will to want to. Some people want to be quiet. They feel like they're better yet. They're better if they're not heard. I don't have to be seen, but I'm definitely going to be heard because I think that everything should be valued. The way you feel, the way I feel, my opinions, your opinions, because I don't have to agree with you to respect how you feel or what you believe, but I think there's plenty of space there for people. I think we can't run out of shit to talk about,
Oh
what I'm
no,
saying, and not to just, it's not going to be any fluff with me and my show,
right.
in my podcast, but I just think there's no room for it.
Mhm.
There's lots of learning in there. Like I learn something every time I listen to a podcast.
Oh yeah,
Every time what I'm saying? It's factual shit in there too. Like it's some good stuff, whether
it-
it's sports, life,
whatever.
entertainment, reality, like I don't care what it is. One thing I don't go back and forth with is, religion and politics. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily, not that I won't have someone in that realm on my show, but it's not something that I choose to, debate
The piss
with
and match.
someone. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'm just this is what I believe and I respect
Exactly.
yours, and let's leave it at that.
But here you say that one of the things here in the podcast industry, which is plethora of that,
Right.
it's enough to go around for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
but also when I was listening to you, is that when people come here and they do their podcast, is that we want you to be authentic.
Yeah.
We want you to be real.
Definitely.
And one thing that we do is producing Brian, folks, sometimes you don't know how the things working, but someone behind the scenes is that we go watch every podcast 2 and 3 times. We watch you. One
To
thing
see how we can make it better.
Yeah, make it better. One thing that we don't want you to come here, and I would tell you this on the air: if you come here to podcast with us, and we ask you, like in the interview after that you watch your podcast, they said, "No, I didn't watch it. I don't watch myself."
Really?
Well, don't give me your money.
Exactly.
Because you wasting
because
money.
We want to know how you feel about
being better.
Yeah, like what
Yeah.
energy you're giving
Yeah.
off and the message that's coming across from you, like how original you are. So
Because
totally
I
get
can't
it.
go to your house
Yeah,
when you get ready in the morning and tell you what you see in the mirror.
agree.
You have to,
Agree.
you know what you
have
see.
to relay that message and tell
Right.
me. Yeah, I
Right.
like that.
So that's
like
the thing
that.
where we are. Yeah.
Awesome. Interesting. So, is there anything you want to know about me?
Nah.
No?
No, you interviewing me because
right. I'm just saying.
you're gonna come on my show. I do a show here too. My show is called Two for Your Soul.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do a show called Two for Your Soul with Spider.
You have so much going on. Like, what else? So, what outside of the station? Like, I know this is your everything now, right? So, what do you like to do? What do you like to do that stimulates you or that helps you relax? How do you recharge when it comes to coming here?
And my stimulation is I'm a thrift shopper.
Okay.
I'm a bargain shopper.
Okay.
Everything you see in the studio, I built it
or
I found it.
Too.
Everything I did. That's
awesome.
That's my
you
high.
Just go find stuff.
I find deals. Everything.
Oh my God, I have to hook you up when I see the stuff.
These chairs here cost $12.
$12
each. Just swivel chairs. For these chairs, I got this sofa for $40.
$12.
Yeah, I'm a thrift. I find bargains.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm
Look a girl up, okay?
I'm offer up in Facebook Marketplace every day.
Oh, I like Facebook. I had to ban myself from there because I was bad at one point.
Yeah, you see some.
I was really bad. I was just all over the place. Yeah. Like every time, just shit. You don't even need. Like I am not going to use a purple giraffe just cost you $3. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Right.
do it. Like you have to be careful. I got a garage full of stuff from Facebook
Oh yeah.
Marketplace. What
And
I'm
the-
gonna do with it, I don't know. But
and that is because I want to sure that my customers here got the best. Because what happened, a lady, she was sitting here and she kept turning. Well, I said, I need to get a swivel chair.
oh, she kept
Kept
moving.
moving,
Like
but the
okay,
chair wasn't
which makes
moving.
sense.
So in the
Yeah, because this is
industry, they
very
use
comfortable.
in the
Yeah,
industry they use swivel chair to go back and forth.
yeah.
So I found that, and so the camera angle on the other sofa was a blue sofa you was here
The
before.
long one.
It was too long. Then we had a yellow one. It was too
Gotcha.
long, so we
Gotcha.
condensed it.
Well, it's really nice in here. Kudos to you and your decorating and painting and
Well, I went to the
like
Art Institute. My degree is interior design from Art
oh, so
Institute.
that's why it's
Yeah.
so it's really nice. You guys should see it one day. It's really really nice.
So this is what I like to do. As far as that, yeah, I'm just here and home. I like long rides. When we do ride, my wife is the driver. I'm the reader. But if I have to, I will. And I like back
She's
roads.
the driver.
Yeah, because she's a
Oh,
she's a good
wow.
driver.
Oh,
And then it's
so you just relax and read.
I read, but no, when she says time to take the wheel, I take the
You
wheel.
get over there and drive.
But it's not a thing where it's a man thing or a macho thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I'm not a road trip person.
yeah.
I'll do it. I'll ride to probably Houston if I have to. I've driven to further places, but
Yeah.
it was forced probably.
Right.
You know, I would catch Southwest to Fort Worth if they went
Right.
because I don't like driving.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't mind.
that's
'Cause-
great to know that she would start
Well,
out driving.
Well, sometimes we just go to back roads.
Gotcha.
'Cause we in no hurry.
Just see
Like
sights,
seaside,
right?
yeah, take our time,
Sightsee
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
So that's what I like to do, stuff like
That's
that.
awesome. So what would you like to see more of on with your station, like with the because I know you guys have new people like me coming
Mhm.
aboard. Thank you for having me. What would you guys like to see more of?
We
Anything
like
in
to see
particular?
more authentic podcasts or ideas that people bring to us where it's never been thought of and never been tried.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just taking the same car every week to
Yeah.
the same place.
Yeah.
Bring a new
Some
car
originality.
and let
Yeah.
us shine it up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shining up is the production
I
side,
got a
it's
few
the training
tricks up my
side.
sleeve for y'all.
Watch
Hopefully
how you say tricks.
Hopefully you guys will think it's pretty cool. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
we like that, and just to go back, when you came on, one thing we do that you don't have, we don't. 90% of the podcasts we have or we have had, they came from a guest. You was a
That's
guest.
super. Yeah.
So we looked at you. One thing that you didn't have a fear factor.
Oh yeah.
You weren't
Yeah.
afraid.
Oh yeah.
A lot of folks they get here and they talk
That could
outside.
be a blessing and a curse, huh?
Yeah, it can be.
That could be like
So when we
fearless.
approach you and we told you that we watched it, we took the note is that you didn't overtalk, you didn't undertalk.
Right.
Sometimes people overtalk; they want the whole thing to be about them.
Yeah.
And then you didn't undertalk, you sit there, and then when the show over, you talk about everything. No, you sit on the air.
Yeah.
So you was in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's why we asked you, consider us. You may have your own podcast. Think about it.
But here we are.
But you already had started one.
I was gonna start one.
Well, no, you have a thing called mini podcast on Wednesdays where you do your tank talks.
Yeah. So typically that's where it started. Me just talking in the gym after I finished working out, because something I don't know about anybody else, but something that I do in the gym is when I go into the sauna, which is after my workout, whenever I work out, I go into the sauna and I'm listening to my praise and worship. That's my praise and worship time. So usually I'm in there and I'm two different personalities in the gym. I'm Megan Thee Stallion when I'm in the gym, and gospel in the sauna. Like, so I'm in there, I'm crying, I'm listening, and when I get out, everything I've been thinking about is what people hear or what and a lot of people think like it's me talking to them. No, it's really for me. It's really for me. It's just beneficial to other people, and I'm grateful and thankful that it has, because here I am now, due to that. So hopefully I can touch some people and reach some people.
Well, I tell people about podcast, it's the best therapy you can have.
Yeah.
Because you're talking to yourself and other people. You're getting it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited.
So go ahead.
So we're about to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And when we come
Mhm.
back, we're going to talk about some more exciting stuff with Mr. Don Willis. And we'll see you guys in a minute. This is Tank Talks. Welcome back to Tank Talks, y'all, with your girl Hortensia. We are here with the infamous Don Willis.
She said
Guys, he's
infamous.
like the godfather to me, like of this whole situation. I see myself. I'm so excited about what I'm about to learn. But one thing I did want to ask you before we leave today, what do you see, like the most valuable thing? What do you take away from the people that come in here, the hosts, us? What do you
Oh,
take
that's a
away
great
what do
question.
you take away? I ask you plenty of stuff about,
Wow.
the guests, but us, like, how does that benefit you? What do you get? What kind of energy do you get from us?
I get it from my mother.
Okay.
She 86 years old, and my mother retired from. I'm going somewhere from the Head Start program as a parent coordinator for 40 some years. But during that whole time,
Mm.
my mother's caterer,
Okay.
and my mother' passion is to see you love her food, and she don't eat. So that's what I get out
Oh.
of. If I
So
see
you
you
want to
and
see us prosper
see
and
you,
grow
if
and
I
be
see you,
better.
Joe,
It makes you
enjoy,
happy.
it make me happy. That's my
Oh,
joy.
that's a word right there, y'all.
That's my
To have
joy.
somebody that
Because
cares
I done
enough.
had folks who left here not on good terms, but they still, I saw their joy because the
Right,
respect,
right,
they still post great stuff about us,
right,
about me,
right.
and about what we doing here. So they enjoyed the meal while they was here.
So, any advice to anybody who's like interested in starting a podcast, or they thought about it, kind of like me,
Hmm.
who who's I'm an amateur in the gym talking to everybody on my iPhone, or
Right.
every time I have something come across my mind, I'm jotting something down that I want to speak about. Like, what advice do you have to people who don't think that they know where to start, or they just
Oh,
need some help
that's
getting
another good
started,
question.
you know?
Well, one thing that I say in the industry is three people do podcasts. It's one that sit on the table, just want to talk about stuff and just run their mouth.
Yeah.
It's one that want to do it as a hobby,
Right.
and the third one is it's a person got vision.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
got vision, we here to help you.
Right.
And vision could be in your business, it can be your personal life, your career goals, also your self therapy. So if you got vision, we want to help you get there with a podcast.
I like
Yeah.
it. I
Mhm.
like it a lot. I like it a lot. So, so this has been our show. Are we at the end?
Now you're gonna send me home,
I'm gonna send you home.
and then you'll come back and close
All
out.
right, Don, this has been
Mhm.
awesome. Can you tell us how to reach you? For those who may be interested in just talking to you before doing anything, if someone wants to come and look at the studio, maybe if you allow tours, I don't know how that works. I was kind of thrown into the fire because you grabbed me by my ear
Mhm.
and said, "Look here, girl, you should be doing this."
Mhm.
For those people,
That's awesome to hear you say that. But first of all, if I do any of that, I want to thank you for letting me have the opportunity to speak on your platform, to
oh,
get me to talk about tank talks,
I know.
because every little bit helps, even for me. You can go check us out at TGN Power Play. You can find us on Instagram, also on our Facebook page. Also, you can check out my show, Two for Your Soul with Spider, where I do it each and every Friday from 9 to 11 p.m., where I play two of your favorite songs back to back. So I'm excited, and thank you again for being here. And I see everybody down the road.
Definitely. So it's been our pleasure.
Mm.
So nice to have you here. I can go on out now.
Put a break.
So this has been Tank Talks with your girl Hortensia and
Mhm.
AKA Miss Tank. And y'all know I be talking. So we'll be back next week with more of your favorite topics, some amazing guests,
Mhm.
launching some new stuff. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of shit around here, y'all. Y'all stay tuned.